everybody. This is Carlos Robelo along with Mike Gonzalez, and we are live at Bobby Lackey Stadium, where it is the Miriam Guerra Allstate Insurance postgame show. Final score in this one, 44-21. Weslaco with their first district loss. They're now 1-1 in district play. And join me now on the set is Coach Mike Burgett and Coach Burgett Sam Benito tonight. They come away with a victory, 44-21. Boy, do they have some firepower on that side.
Yep.
Your assessment of the game there, Coach. I know it was tough all week long with a couple of your running backs being injured, and I know you don't like to talk about excuses, but you have to give credit to the San Benito Greyhounds for what they did here tonight.
Yep. I don't know what to say, guys. I mean, our kids played so hard. People don't understand that. We had a lot of sophomores and juniors playing for the first time out there, but that's a good ball club. They're ranked number one for a reason. I'm not taking nothing away from them, but when you lose a 2,000-yard rusher and a guy like Freddie Gonzalez, but not only that, people don't understand. I had a left guard out. He's got an ankle. I got a tight end that I found out Monday that he couldn't play. We're 90% of my formations that we worked on Saturday and Sunday as a coaching staff, we worked with the tight end. Well, to find out Monday at 8 o'clock in the morning that, he can't play, that sort of kills us. Yeah, it hurt us a lot. But, these kids, they came out and played hard. I mean, second half we trade punches there for a while, and I'm happy. The effort's there. We're going to be okay. It's one game. We lost to McAllen Memorial. We turned the ball over 6 times, and, I take my hats off to them. They played a great game. But Westco East, we always bounce back. We're going to play football until the very end. If we win them all, or we lose them all, or we split or whatever, these kids are going to hit, and I think that San Benito will tell you we hit tonight, but obviously we didn't hit quite enough.
Coach, you had a nice pep talk with them after the game. What did you tell the team?
I told them we fell a little bit short.
And where do you guys go from here? We all know what the schedule's like. It's the same as last year, where you had San Benito first, Los Fresnos, and then Harlingen. Before you end the seasons with like Harlingen South, Brownsville Rivera, Brownsville Hanna, etc. So, you got one heavyweight down and 2 more to go that are expected to make noise in this district. So what do you do now?
Yeah, a lot of people, and if they don't know this, and I'm not making no excuses, we're Westco East. Westco East has proven they can play with anyone in the valley. Not tonight though, but we over the years we've proven we can play with a lot of people, and people don't understand. We have 2,000 students compared to 3,433, and it makes a huge difference when there's 1,300. But you know what? Our kids will come out and they take that challenge, and they hit, and they hit. And the kids that went in there today for our injured players, our ineligible players and all that stuff, man, them kids played hard. They played hard. And, we coach hard. I'll be the first one to tell you that. We push our kids to the limit. And Westco East kids like that. Sometimes they bite their lip, just like the coaching staff. But them kids want to be coached to be winners in life. And if they can overcome tonight, and it was a beat down a little bit, the score shows that. But I'm so proud of the kids that went out there, and we had a bunch of trying to get some new weapons going. And, our defense did not play bad. That's what people don't understand. We got some stuff that bugged me, and we're going to fix that. We got defensive holes, and we need to address that. We need to address it quick. But what I'm worried about is we left our defense on the field the whole first half. Them guys were hurting. They were tired. We had 13 plays compared to their like 45. You can't win a game that way. And it'll be lopsided like it was tonight. So, my hat's off to, like I said, San Benito, great ball club. They'll probably win district. They'll probably win out. And I'm not disrespecting any of the opponents they got. I'm just telling you that's a good ball club, and their quarterback is fantastic. That kid can throw and run. That kid is something else, and they got a good tailback, and they got a great defense. So, like I said, San Benito, Westco East. We'll go on. We'll get ready for Los Fresnos at their place, and then we play Harlingen at their place. That's a heck of a run right there.
Yes, sir. You talked about Retta. Just very accurate with the football. Runs very, very well, so quick. There were some times where you had him 3rd and long. 3rd and 14, 3rd and 10, and they would just convert. And I think that's a tribute not to, Weslaco East not being able to keep up with him, but just that particular player, Reda right there, he's a difference maker on that team.
Well, he stretches the field. I mean, people say stretch the field. The kid with his footwork can stretch the field with his arm, with his feet, with the guys and weapons he has. I mean, like I said, he's the MVP of the district. I can tell you that. The guy's unbelievable. He's a great leader. He's a good kid. He talked to our Roy Pedrosa after the game. I heard them two talk, and I can see that he knows what Roy's going through. Roy's a senior that don't get to finish his senior year. Freddie's a senior that don't get to finish his senior year. I'm more concerned about those two. Well, not really. You want to talk about good kids. Those kids got bigger issues in life. Those kids are going to go to college and they're going to do the right thing, and they're going to be in society for a long time, and they're going to be very successful.
Coach, just speaking of your defense that you're giving high praise to, how about the game Fernando Garza tonight? Your defensive end, number 90, had a great night, didn't he?
Well, going into the last year, the whole season, we had one sack. And I think the kid came into the game, I don't know, maybe it was 6 sacks.
6 sacks.
And Gerald's Gerald. Gerald's 6'2", he's 250 pounds, he runs really well. He's got 2 junior defensive tackles that play really good, Robert and Bonda. The other end is quick end, Fernando. He's got 2 inside linebackers, really 4 inside linebackers, and they're all underclassmen, and they're all juniors, and they're going to be really good. And Freddie is really good. Our secondary right now, I sort of heard our secondary, those kids play both ways. They got tired. They're a little confused sometimes on defense, a little confused. We're not like other schools. We don't have a straight offense, straight defense. I wish we did. I mean, I know our defense does. And it's sort of hard when the numbers ain't there. But you know what? Our kids don't quit. And like I said, I was pretty proud of them today. I told them that in the huddle. I told them, it was a little bit rough first half, especially offensively. And that's my fault, when you get surprised Monday with you don't have this guy and you don't have this guy, and you worked all weekend, well, you just got to do the best you can. I told the kids that just give me everything they got, and I'm pretty sure they did. We'll get things fixed. We'll find out who we got now. Now we know who we got. And we're going to get the ball to the playmakers, and we're going to try to do the best we can, and we're going to represent WISD like we always do. And, our ultimate goal every year is get to the playoffs, because, when East gets to the playoffs, what happens?
Right.
We love the playoffs, but you know what? In our district, if we don't get better, it's going to be a short season, and we're not used to that. But we're not going to use injuries as excuses or being young. We grew up a little bit tonight. We're going to grow up a little bit next week. We're going to get this thing rolling again. Where the fans, I know the fans. You can't talk about better fans than Weslaco East. Win or lose, they know.
Absolutely.
They know that our kids are going to give the best they can, and our fans know that. And there's no pointing fingers. We don't point fingers in this program, and our kids don't, our coaches don't. I know our fans don't. It's just one of those games we didn't click, and we're unlike other programs. We're going to lose as a team. We're going to walk off the field. We're going to lose as a team. We're going to get back to the field house, and we're going to get it fixed.
All right, Coach. Well, thank you very much. We'll let you go. Thank you for being here on the postgame show. I know it's been a difficult week with some injuries and with a lot of things going on off the field. But I know you guys won't get your heads down, because next week, is another game.
Man, if you only knew.
If I only knew.
Man, I've had a lot of things go bad. I was telling the story, and I'm going to go ahead and tell the story, because I know the fans want to hear it.
The stage is yours, Coach.
I've had a tough year with my dad getting cancer a couple of months ago, and he's in real bad shape. And then my wife had surgery Friday in the morning of the Weslaco game.
She's right over there, Coach.
Yeah, no, I see her.
Okay.
She's a trooper. I have 2 kids that broke their bones. 2 kids I consider like sons to me, and it's been tough. And the other day we went and picked officials, and I got in my brand new truck, and I'm going down the road, and a rock hits my windshield. And
sounds like a country song.
My windshield's cracked now.
You can karaoke it sometime.
Guys, it's been a tough year, but I guarantee you that next week, come watch Weslaco East. We're going to get a little bit better, and I want to thank you guys. I want to thank K-West for staying by us, and you can bet East Side will be strong side here real soon. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you very much, Coach. And an applause for Coach Burgett from the fans that are still here. And one of the things that was impressive in this game, the Wildcats were down throughout the entire game. They never led in this game. this fan base here and the stadium was still rocking. They were having a good time. They were still making a lot of noise for the Wildcats tonight.
Yeah, and the band, to give credit to the band as well, playing that music, and they got it going and get the fans going. And, they still had a great time. I think the fans are educated enough that, football savvy know the situation that the Wildcats are in right now with the injuries, and they knew it was going to be a tough task tonight. They know that the players gave it their all, and you can do is give credit to San Benito for the win tonight.
Absolutely, because it is a tough season and it's a long season. Not one game is going to make or break your season. You got to continue to plow forward, and I know that's what the Weslaco Wildcats will be doing next week. All right, let's take a look at some of the highlights in this contest here tonight, because it started off with San Benito now scoring in this contest, and it was Eric Reda at quarterback. An impressive game for him, and a pass and a touchdown, and that was to Ryan Reza, a touchdown for San Benito, and then another touchdown. They scored 2 quick scores. Tyrone Harper, we talked a lot about him. He punched it in for another score for the Wildcats, and for the Greyhounds. Before the Wildcats finally got things going, J.C. Vargas with a nice little run to set up another East score, a touchdown, I should say. And the final score, not the final score, but the score at the half was 22-7, and it was San Benito leading at the half. In the second half, a big run for the Wildcats, and Ramsey Vasquez took the ball inside the 5-yard line. A very nice, impressive run with a lot of blocking down the road, and then punching it in for the score for the Wildcats. And let me give him credit, was Randy Cardoza. I think his dad is right behind the cameras right there, but Cardoza with the touchdown for the Wildcats, and that's JC Team Vargas back there. But it was Weslaco East not being able to come back at this game. They were behind the whole game, and it was the San Benito Greyhounds winning by a score of 44-21, the final in this one. And the difference in this game, I think, is just San Benito. Eric Reda, like I said, you could just tell in watching this game that he was the difference maker. Coach Burgett called him the MVP of the district, and he looked like one tonight, Mike.
He did, Coach. He did, Carlos. Coach Burgett, Carlos. Another key factor to me, Carlos, was third down. San Benito owned third down tonight. First drive of the game, they converted 4 third downs en route to the first score of the night, and I think that set the tempo for the game. The Wildcats playing catch-up all night. They were trying to get J.C. Vargas the ball more as much as they could. He's one of their playmakers, and you can tell that San Benito scouted him. They did their homework and said, we're going to stop J.C. Vargas. We're going to make other people beat us, and unfortunately, the Wildcats players that are backups are too young to be on this kind of stage, I think, and so this was a big lesson for them going forward. But, the effort was there, no doubt about it. But, yeah, it was catch-up all night, and San Benito is too good of a team. They're number 1 in the Valley, and they own the Wildcats on third down, and I think that was a big-time difference.
Did they miss Roy Pedraza? Of course they did. When you have a 2,000-yard rusher like that from a year ago, absolutely you're going to miss someone like Roy Pedraza, but he was not in the game. He's not going to be here for the rest of the season, and that's something that the Wildcats are just going to have to get used to.
Absolutely. Roy Pedraza was your power game, and you can tell on some of those 3rd and 4s, 3rd and 5s, we knew before Roy Pedraza would get those carries and likely would get that first down, keep those drives alive. And, unfortunately, it just didn't work out. We tried doing different things. Didn't work most of the time, but, it's going back to the drawing board. I'm sure the coaches will look at it and see what worked, what didn't work, moving forward, get ready for Los Fresnos.
And you got to also like the fight and the moxie and the Weslaco East Wildcats. They were behind this entire game, but they kept coming back, scoring touchdowns. Yes, they tried to cut into that lead. They end up losing 44-21, but you got to like the fighting spirit that they had throughout the entire contest.
They did, and how about the play Dimas made on that one play, number 7, catching San Benito asleep, I think. The official put the ball down, and once they do that and get the clock going, you can run the play, and if defense is not ready, you just go, and that's what the Wildcats did. And, going back to your point, that's what they did. It just kind of gave it to Dimas. He made a play down the field, set him up 1st and goal at the 1.
So you get the big game done with. You play McCallum Memorial, big game, non-district game. You get the big game also done with the number 1 team, not only the Rio Grande Valley, but one of the top teams in the state of Texas, because they have been ranked in the top 20 in the state of Texas. This is a team that only lost 1 game last year in a district game, of course, and they lost in the playoffs as well. And San Benito has not lost since then. This is a powerhouse team, but you get it out of the way, and now you get to look forward. You get to build next week against Los Fresnos.
And what I hope, Carlos, happens is that the Wildcats can kind of say to themselves, like, hey, no pressure on us. You know, a lot of people expect us to just fall. And so that's where they can kind of use that as momentum going forward. And, yeah, I mean, hopefully that'll happen. Hopefully the players it'll ignite them a little bit, and we'll see what happens.
Trying to get a couple of other scores for you guys here tonight. I know that sister school, Weslaco High School, well, they were down 38-21. Now they are coming back, and they're down 38-35, and that one is in the fourth quarter, according to what I have here, about 3:48 left in the fourth quarter. So the Panthers are down by 3 in the fourth quarter. Harlingen, big winners tonight. I don't think it's a final yet, but they were leading 45-20 in their game tonight. Harlingen over Rivera. 45-20 is now a final, and Los Fresnos win 35-7 over Harlingen South. And then there was a big game in Mercedes. That one was 17-17 in the fourth quarter. Brownsville Memorial, they win that contest over the Tigers by a final score of 24-17. We'll see what happens with the Panthers tonight. You're going to have to watch that, check out those scores, either text from your friends or on Facebook. But we are done here. Thank you very much, Mike Gonzalez and all the K-West crew here tonight from the Miriam Guerra Allstate Insurance Postgame Show. I'm Carlos Robledo. We'll see you next week.